Welcome back to All Round Sports Talk. I'm your host, Renoy Allen. Today I have with me a special guest, Banks,
You don't know. You don't know.
Dwight E. Banks,
We can
as
go.
you
We can
see
work
in
with
in
banks.
his red jersey. So today we're gonna talk about the Premier League preview. We're gonna talk about who we think will make the top four, who we think are gonna get relegated, and also we're gonna talk about some of the new rules that place in the new year of 2023. Dwight, first thing I wanna ask you about, what do you think about the new rule where coaches are no longer able to contest any decision that the referee make or they'll get a yellow card?
Um, it's a very strange one for me personally. Because I mean, to be honest with you, it makes sense because how often, if ever, we've seen the coach contest a decision and the referee take back him yellow card or him red card. Never, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So why purpose of making up all these noise? I want the player them surround the referee and create all this excitement. I've never seen
Yeah.
a referee take it back. The only time I've ever seen him take back a card is when they go review the camera, and and their decision has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that the manager upset and the players upset. So it makes
Exactly.
sense. You know what I mean?
So me not really understand why players and coaches always do it because it not change the referee mind and this year them are gonna get more stringent. So
I mean,
players
that's a lot of
either
emotions and passion. You know what I mean?
yeah. So even like your club captain Bruno.
Yeah,
Can
man.
look out for a couple yellow cards from him.
Yeah, man. I learn the hard way to be honest because Bruno is a whiner. Why for that? But in life, we complain a lot, and chances are he will be the first one in the books.
Yeah man. So and even Arteta, yes, him a one I coach them where usually get a yellow card every game.
Arteta,
Almost
clap,
every game.
clap.
Clap too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another rule that's gonna affect a lot of clubs is the time wasting. So usually referees put on like 2-3 minutes. That is a thing of the past coming 2023.
Mm-hmm.
In the community shield we saw where Arsenal versus Manchester City there was 8 minutes added on and everyone was shocked. But this is gonna be the new norm. We saw it in the World Cup where in Qatar where they were adding on like 12 to plus minutes. So that is gonna be the norm come 2023.
I mean, this one is actually intriguing. I mean, I understand the player's perspective because, I mean, you talk about 90 minutes of high intensity football and, wasting time is a time, I think, what them use tactically. You know what I mean? To frustrate the opponent, that's one. Also, for run down the clock. So it's a little bit, it's unfortunate for them. It's more football for we watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this, but I think about two seasons ago, for the first time, the final whistle blew, and then Manchester United was rewarded a penalty. You remember that? When
Oh yeah, yeah, I
it
remember
was
that.
against Brighton. It was against Brighton. But it gonna happen more often now, where these final parts of the game, when certain teams, for example, like a West Ham or a Newcastle, are waste time, it'll come back and bite them because they might have lead a game 2-1, 1-0, 3-2, and because at this time of the game people are extremely tired, it might
Yeah.
work out now that, I mean, if somebody make a late sub because there's 5 subs now and you have a fresh player come on and him start to run and you can't keep up with him because these players are tired, and it's gonna be interesting to see how it play out, but we can guarantee say you're gonna see a couple of decisions being made and a couple late goals being scored that actually change.
The game.
It's like a goal against the runner play. You have to see a
Yeah,
lot of that.
yeah. Well, we saw it in the community shield, and Klopp has been complaining about it.
I mean, what does Klopp
Um,
not complain about, bro?
not Klopp, Pep. Sorry, Pep.
All right. Justify. When a Klopper complain,
Yeah,
I don't want to hear it,
Pep
okay?
was complaining about it. Said he was saying the referees are more focused on adding time more than anything else. But I mean, a decision like this, it must have been discussed with the managers and the players. So
I
for
don't
them
think
to,
so.
you don't think so?
No, because if we're being honest, this is something with Pep Clap again. When Clap complain, it like standard, bro. So sometimes it just go through one ears and come through the
Well,
other.
yeah, yeah.
Man complains are in a fall, bro. Like you want to blame the FA for that. But with me hear a lot of managers complain about that, and a lot of it is justified. But I don't think, and they've never actually gone to the players and say, "Yo, how you feel about playing extra 10 minutes if there's time wasting?" They don't
Yeah,
ask players these things, and a lot of the people who are making decisions are not necessarily football people.
yeah.
They're executives in the high up, and them never play football at the end of them life.
But I think the players are complaining and the managers are complaining, but they are the one who, when they are wasting time, they are robbing the fans of actual football time. Because just imagine you pay your money to go watch Man U or Chelsea, and they did a study last year, and the average amount of time for a football match was
Mm-hmm.
being 56 minutes. So that's 34 minutes of play that the
It's
ball is
wasted.
wasted.
Yeah.
So they should look at it that way, that if they waste less time, then we will get more football.
That's fair. That's fair because we see Newcastle came under criticism last season because Newcastle used that as a tactic, and Newcastle waste a lot of time.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and there's other teams as well. We see people take ball and a lot of it is tactical as well. We see people take the ball and when the ball goes to throw them take it and walk with the ball upon the field and the man can't there for the ball and you're like,
yeah,
why? Why is that necessary? All these different type of things. Some people drop on the ground and roll for no reason, and you're like, what the hell is going on here? You know what I mean?
yeah. But
So it's gonna make football feel a little bit more like football. The players them are gonna complain because again, this is a strategy where them use, but I'm intrigued to see what happens
yeah,
during the
as a
season.
fan, I'm happy to see more football. But the players are, I don't know, but they'll just have to get used to it. Or if they waste less time, then they wouldn't have so much time. Because I mean, unless they're going to go to where in like American sports where they stop the clock, that is the only way it can be fair for both sides. But
Yeah,
I don't know if they're thinking that route. So
I don't think they are, but let's see what happens in the future because the sports football is evolving. You know what I mean? They might take different things. There's talks of miking up the referees. There's talks of, and we see it every now and again. It's like they might try add different things, different perspective to the game.
yeah,
Them add like body cams to couple players to
yeah,
give
I
a
saw that
different
in the
perspective.
preseason.
But it's been done for at least 2 seasons now. But just one-off games, them added to one player here, them added to a player. Yuri Tillemans the other day for Aston Villa
Aston Villa.
wore a body cam. So they might try
Yeah,
add different perspective to it and see how the people are responding because
yeah,
as we already know, it's all about the money and they might try to figure
yeah,
out how
yeah. I
them
kind
can
of like the referee's view.
yeah. Miking up
It's
the
an
referee.
interesting and to also hear what they're saying while it is going on.
Yeah, like how they make the decision because I mean you're a Chelsea fan, so you know this game I'm gonna talk about, the Chelsea v Barcelona game from back in the days.
Yeah,
Like, don't get me wrong.
no, that was big robbery.
I mean, it was kind of fun watching Chelsea lose.
Yeah,
But if we're being honest and not biased, unbiased, we can honestly say that was the worst game refereed ever.
ever, ever.
Ever. In the history of football, is the worst referee game
Yeah,
ever.
but
So
as you know, Barca allegedly were paying the refs allegedly.
allegedly.
Yeah, so another interesting rule that's gonna be in effect. So usually, when a last man fouls a player going towards goal, it usually results in a straight red.
Mm-hmm.
Coming 2023, that's no longer the case. The referees are going to look and to see if the player was making a deliberate attempt to play the ball. Then, if that's the case, then they will get a yellow. If you just pull down the man, you get a red. But if you actually try to tackle the ball and you fall him, then you will get a yellow. That's gonna be interesting to see.
I like that. But funny enough, I like that. You don't really
Yeah,
see it
me
as
too.
much.
I think it was too harsh. A few years ago, they changed the one where if you foul the player in the box and you give them a penalty, you no longer get a red card. So
Okay.
instead of punishing you twice, they just give you the penalty and give you a yellow card.
I actually like that one. I never actually hear about that one there, but I actually like it because
Yeah, that makes sense.
you know when I feel happy in the brother, I feel happy in the, especially when I play FIFA. Okay. I get red cards all the time. Luckily, I can defend penalty. I can save penalties from FIFA.
Yeah,
But the rule actually no make no sense because it can. It's about time it get updated because you can make a very normal tackle with your intention is actually to play the ball and maybe you go up against a tricky winger like a Salah, like a Mane, like one
yeah,
of those players who very agile. And you know what them do? Once them see the tackle come, them anticipate the tackle, them turn them back to you or put them body in front of the ball
yeah, yeah,
and them get a little brush and there's contact. And you know, with these camera angles and VAR and how it look like a part of the training process now for footballers is acting class. You know what I mean? When you feel contact, when you feel contact, what you do, you dive and you make sure your
yeah,
face,
man.
your
Them do that
emotion.
over Manchester.
Manchester what?
Diving Club.
Manchester what?
The blue side and the red side.
Nah, fam. The blue side, brother.
Especially the blue.
Especially the blue. I mean, I'm not gonna say I see 1 and 2 diving, but I also see some injustices as well. We're not gonna get into the injustices, but
Yeah.
no, I like that rule. I like that rule. I actually like that.
That pretty much covers most of the new rules.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a few more, but that's for another time.